Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Lena, I'm an actress, and well, welcome to my weekly vlog of a week in the life of an actress. Hi, welcome to this week's vlog. It's Tuesday. I skipped Monday because I had more of a calm day yesterday, learned my lines at home, and I didn't film. So we'll start this week with Tuesday. It's raining right now in my small town and I'm off to learn some lines, do some applications and my emails as always. So, as you heard in my previous vlog, I'm going back to Los Angeles again in late spring in a few months, and now the preparations are starting because I'm shooting a feature film this summer there. I can't wait, I'm really excited, and I can't talk about it yet, but I will be shooting a feature film and I will be attending a film festival and I will have some castings and reconnect with some artists and friends there, and it's my favorite place ever also. I can't wait to be back. So for this year I was planning to get an even more closer relationship with God. My faith is really important to me and I will probably talk about it occasionally on here. I'm a Christian and I love Jesus, but I want to make it very clear that here on my channel every religion, everyone is welcome, and every belief, Muslims, non-believers, Jews, Buddhists, whatever, everyone's welcome here. I just personally love Jesus. Every time I step in a church, I try to light a candle for all my loved ones in heaven. I actually do love my town here in Germany where I was born. It's called Bonn, and here's the house where Beethoven, the musician, was born. Yeah. So I thought I'd show you my two journals I carry around everywhere with me. The butterfly one is my personal journal and I bought it in Los Angeles actually, in Topanga Canyon, and it has this beautiful hippie-ish embroiderment and this boho look. I love it. And this is my poetry book. It's I bought it in New York in the Modern Museum of Art. It's The Water Lilies by Monet. Yeah. I have my beautiful California nature as my iPad wallpaper. I'm actually working on a poetry book, and I don't know if I'll make it because I've never written a book before, but I plan to release a poetry book in the next years with my poetry. Well, good morning. It's Wednesday today, but it's sadly a very gloomy and rainy day in Germany today. I can't wait to be back in the Los Angeles sun. But it's okay, it's cozy. I'm more of a sun child, but it's a good day to be creative. And I'm going to take a little walk with my umbrella today on the river I live on, and do quite a lot of work. Already did a bit of work, a few applications in the morning. And I did go to the thrift store again yesterday. I mainly go to thrift stores to save my money a bit, and it's a vibe for vintage loving people. And I wanted to do a little thrift haul for you today, because why not? I've never done something like this, and I do go thrifting quite often, and it's my way to get nice vintage clothing. Let's see what I got. So my favorite thrift store over here in Germany, I think it's all over Germany, it's Thinkwise Vintage. It's cheap and it's very, very nice still. As an artist, as many of you artists probably know, or in general young broke persons. Cheap clothes are hard to find, so I love to go thrifting. And since I'm a vintage girl, I do love vintage, so twice vintage. There's 2 in Cologne, I think, and 1 in Bonn where I live. So yeah, let's do a little thrift haul for you. So the first thing I got is this lovely paisley skirt. I think it looks 70s. I hope it does. I usually don't wear a lot of purple, but I wanted to try it. Maybe the color suits me better than I think. And I really love this print because I'm always looking for any kind of 60s, 70s paisley prints. So this is lovely. And let's see if it looks good on me. I will definitely wear it soon. And yeah, I wanted to try purple for once. Then the second thing I got is this really cute yellow San Francisco shirt. And I thought I had the idea to maybe tuck it in a jeans and a denim skirt, like a short denim skirt with like a brown belt. Could be really nice. And I usually don't wear a lot of t-shirts. I'm more like of dress girl and skirts and blouses and stuff. But I had this vision, and yellow is my favorite color. So yeah. Since I'm always searching for 60s, 70s hippie-ish looking clothes, I got this little thing, which has a really cute print, and it suits me very well. I really like it somehow, because orange is my second favorite color, and I thought it looked quite groovy, and it was really like groovy. And I do love the little daisies on here. And if you saw my last vlog, I had an eye on this sweater last week also, but it was still a bit pricey for me. And now that there was a sale, I thought it's probably not going to be there anymore, but it was still there, and it's so beautiful. I feel, oh, look at this. And this is the first thing I grabbed when I saw it's still there during the sale. Something like that never happens. I feel like my favorite pieces where I say, let's go and see if it's still there when they do the sale next week, are always sold out when I'm there. But this time I was lucky. Well, also it's not a color I would usually wear, but maybe I could pair it with a purple skirt. This is actually the apartment where my grandma used to live. She passed away 2 years ago, and she was my very best friend, and she also was an actress in the 50s, and I will talk about it a lot on here. I think I want to honor her legacy. But this is all her pictures that she hung back in the 70s, I think, and all her books, and we are not moving it and keeping it like it was, because it feels like she's still there. Her spirit is so here. Hi, I'm sitting here in the rain. I am on a little walk here on a river that's called Rhine. And yeah, well, it's not that nice, but it's still good air. And my grandma always said, it's German, wir gehen bei jedem Wetter. And I'll try to translate it. It was our favorite phrase. Well, we will go during every weather. We will leave the house no matter what weather there will be. And we said this to each other when we went to my early music school, music training, when I was a little kid. And that's a good memory. So today, wir gehen bei jedem Wetter. Well, it's probably a bit weird to sit out in the pouring rain, but I'm eating my little eclair here and drinking my little coffee. It's probably half rainwater by now, but I sometimes do weird stuff and I like it. this morning I had a bit of a more harder morning with my grief. I feel mornings are always the hardest when grieving someone, and for me personally. And I decided to go outside in nature again a bit, and it always helps me. I feel I can really recommend just take a walk, no matter the weather. Be again, but even better, and it will be a bit better. And now I have to walk up this hill home and learn my lines for casting tomorrow. And also I'm working on some monologues, and I will show you tomorrow, take you along with me on a day prepping and doing an audition. I actually forgot to mention, I filmed a wonderful short film in the end of last year, and it is being screened at the Beyond Hollywood International Film Festival in April, and it's in the official selection, which is really exciting. And yeah, it was a great experience, such a unique topic, unique role, unique cast and crew, very good memory. And if you're able to see it, attend it, I'm not sure yet if I will make it, but I hope so. Please go see it. Yeah, a little advertisement for a beautiful short film I did. Yeah, and in summer I will shoot my next film. I'm actually a trained theater actress, and we did a lot of plays during acting school. I love very much. And my first love actually was the stage, theater. And I am maybe planning to return to theater next year. This year will still be focused on film, but there's a possibility I will make a return to the stage next year for a short period. Let's see. Hi, it's Thursday today, and I'm doing a casting for a movie, and I'll take you along on the process of doing an audition. Wish me luck. Well, this is my casting backdrop, and I do love my blue one. I use it for almost all my castings. I do have a black one that I use sometimes when I want it to be a bit more like basic, and I would love to try a beige one sometime. If you have any recommendations, if you're an actor, let me know in the comments. I would love to try out some more colors. While doing my audition today, I just accidentally found a picture of me walking on set of my very first feature film back when I was 19 years old, and I mean, my face says it all. I think it kind of really motivated me for today, for this casting. Such a good sign, I feel, and one of my favorite pictures of mine, because oh my god, was I excited. I did quite an emotional self-tape today. Really challenging, but also healing, and yeah, intense. I actually have a really nice record collection. As you know, I'm a vintage lover, and I have been collecting some beautiful records over the years, and also from my family from back in the day. I really do enjoy vintage creators on TikTok that do videos about their record collection, and I thought maybe next week I will be doing a record collection video in my vlog. I finished my casting and I'm quite exhausted. It's already afternoon because the casting was quite intense, but I really liked how it turned out. I will have to send it in now because the deadline is very soon. I'm an actress that's always quite early with my self-tapes, maybe sometimes too early, but right now I'm a bit late, so I have to send it now. Wish me luck. Hi, happy Friday. It's another rainy, windy and gloomy day over here in Germany. My grief today is not at its best, so I decided to just go outside, do my work outside. I feel like when you're learning lines, you sometimes look like you're insane because you're whispering the words, but, well, actor's life, right? And I'm excited to watch the Oscars tomorrow. Let's see who wins. Yeah, next week there's gonna be another casting for me. Then there will be monologues to film for my portfolio. And my mom's birthday is next week actually, and we will go on a little birthday trip together. So I wanted to talk about the things that moved me this week. My person that moved me this week would be my grandma. She used to be an actress in the 50s, played theater in Hamburg, and she's my biggest inspiration, my best friend, and I was thinking a lot about her this week, and I can't wait to tell you more about her over time. So for my film of the week, I would recommend my second favorite film of all time, What's New Pussycat, with Peter Sellers, Romy Schneider. It's the most fun film ever. I really need you to watch this film. And for my song of the week, I would recommend The Crystal Ship by The Doors, my favorite band of all time. Actually, anything by The Doors. I think my favorite moment from this week was completing my casting successfully and liking the result. Even though feeling a little down these days. So yeah, that was good. I got a little headache while learning all my lines, so I thought why not have a little dance break in the bathroom. For the end of my video, I thought I'd read you some of my poetry. I feel like the weather today is really bad, like it's almost autumn weather, so I found this little poem I wrote. I don't know if it will make it in my poetry book, but I like it because I was on the way, in the subway on the way to acting school, and I wrote this in the subway and I called it Subway Thinker. And yeah, I think the weather today fits with this poem, and I'm sitting in the middle of my city, but I don't care. I want to read this poem now. A little spoiler from my poetry book. Maybe. Let's see if it makes it. And there we are again, standing in a rattling subway train, watching autumn's silent rain. Look around so you stop thinking about yourself. There's a boy connecting with a stranger, asking if he can pet her cats. She kindly nods. Small acts of kindness seem way too seldom. Though everyone's eyes light up under a dome. I enjoy watching these moments. Gives me inner peace and brings back the belief in pure humanity and charity. It brings my thoughts so much more clarity. It's called Subway Thinker. But I feel like I really need spring back. This weather is, it's making me sad, and I wanted to read a poem I really like about spring. It's not written by me, but maybe when I read this, spring will come back. Well, I could really use some spring. Maybe this beautiful poem I read here in the middle of my town, I don't know why, but I felt like reading poems right now, will bring it back. I really hope so. We really need some sun. And here's the serpent again, dragging himself out from his nest of darkness, his cave under the black rocks, his winter death. He slides over the pine needles. He loops around the bunches of rising grass, looking the sun. Well, who doesn't want the sun after a long winter? I step aside. He feels the air, his soft tongue, around the bones of his body. He moves like awe. Downhill he goes towards the black mirrors of the pond. Last night it was still so cold. I woke and went out to stand in the yard, and there was no moon. So I just stood there inside the jaw of nothing. An owl cried in the distance. I thought of Jesus, how he crouched in the dark for 2 nights, then floated back above the horizon. Well, amen to that. And again, here's to spring. I'll see you next week. So there's a new video, a new vlog coming from me every Saturday. And I'd love some feedback in the comments on what you would be interested in about the life of an actress. Yeah, content you'd like to see in future on here.